views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to Bello's Fashionistas Home Edition. I am your host, Fleriser Bello. It is a pleasure to have you join us on this beautiful afternoon. We trust that you and your loved ones are well and staying safe. In today's Bello's Fireside Chat conversation, we welcome the Assistant Director of PTAC at Guardia Community College. PTAC, also known as Procurement Technical Assistance Center at Guardia College, helps businesses in Queens and beyond to market their goods and services to the federal, state, and local governments. Their goal is to simplify the steps needed to help a small business successfully sell to the government. Please join me in welcoming Latino Trailblazer, because he is a Latino Trailblazer, and Dominicano Nelson Ortiz. Nelson, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you having me on this amazing platform.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation to join us and talk about what we love best, small businesses. Nelson, now tell us about yourself and what it is that you do.
Like you had mentioned, I am first generation Dominican here, and I grew up in the Bronx a little bit by myself, and I've been dedicating my whole career to small businesses ever since I started. I started helping small businesses in the Bronx, and then I've went into the private sector for a short amount of time, where I helped small businesses try to get opportunities in corporate America. And I decided to come back to the public sector and really focus my energy in trying to empower the small businesses throughout the state, city, and federal government.
And everyone, by the way, we actually met as I was working in one of my projects, and Nelson was working at the time at BNY Mellon. So Nelson, tell us more about the mechanics and the differences between where you are now and working with the private sector and helping small businesses.
Working in the private sector is definitely a different environment. Decisions are made quicker. In the private sector, we call the different business lines our clients, because we're not working directly with the public, but our clients know what they want. They ask for what they want, and the procurement folks, their job is to make sure that we provide that service that they're looking for, or product that they're looking for. And there are, especially in the banking industry, where my professional expertise is, there are a lot of regulations and rules in the banking industry that create barriers for small businesses to be able to do business in the private sector. So I would suggest that small businesses that are looking to do business with more private companies have a realistic expectation of which companies are the best fit for them. Not every corporation would be a best fit for the services that you provide. If you're providing some kind of financial technology tools, then maybe a bank would be a best case scenario for you. But then you have to familiarize yourself with the different security requirements, the requirements for where your information goes after they provide it. There's something called third-party governance that is part of banking, that is creates strong requirements on businesses that provide services in the banking industry. And at the end of the day, it's all about protecting the end client, which is the clients that have a banking relationship with the bank, and also to protect the financial integrity of the businesses that the bank does business with. So that is one of the barriers there are, but there are opportunities. And the opportunity that I've seen, at least in the banking industry, and versus the government requirements is that once you identify the services that you can provide to the private sector, and you build some kind of rapport with that company, you can have a relationship pretty quickly. Whereas in the government sector, although there's many programs that provide opportunities for women and minority-owned businesses, which we focus on providing that certification for you. We provide that walkthrough so you can get certified by the government for MWB certification for the city, state, and federal. The public sector is very specific. They have really strict rules. There's a lot of terminology that's very complicated in the federal government because of the laws that have been passed. Some people joke around that the tax code is huge, right? Well, you haven't seen the procurement code to really compare it to. That is an amazing, it's really complicated, it's really large, and it's depending on what kind of company you are, how big you are, all these ifs depend on what you have to do when it comes to solicitation. So it's a little bit more cumbersome, but there are a lot of there's a lot of requirements that allow the government to provide the services to small businesses. So one thing I tell clients, based on my experience in the private and public sector, is manage expectations. Understand where the low-hanging fruit is. Maybe you're just starting out. You want to go after those $10,000 to $15,000 to $20,000 projects. And now with the city of New York, there's a lot of programs where you can get contract directly given to you by a procurement officer under $500,000 without competition. So there's a lot of programs. The mayor, the governor, and this New York State in general has been very forceful in implementing a lot of these MWB requirements and opportunities. And the federal government has been doing the same for a long time. It's just there are a lot of nuances and a lot of training, and it just takes time for you to really understand the project. And that's where we come in to be able to provide the training, the webinars, so you can get used to the language, get used to the requirements, get used to what you need to do to be able to win, what you need to do to be able to keep a project after you win, and then continue to be better. And with experience, like anything, you get better at it.
Tell us more about what is PTAC. And by the way, congratulations on your new position at PTAC at Guardia in servicing small businesses.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. The PTACs are a conglomerate of service centers throughout the United States. There are hundreds of them throughout the United States providing services to small businesses to guide, assist, and empower them to be able to do business with the federal government. And we're funded actually by the department, by DLA, which is Defense Logistic Agencies, which is part of the Department of Defense and federal government. And it's funded by your tax dollars. And we want to make sure that you get the best service when it comes to counseling, when you want to, from all the way from the beginning to the end process of doing business with the government. In general, the Procurement Technical Assistance Centers kind of focus on getting you registered, getting you certified if you qualify for any certifications, and finally assisting you in solicitations to be able to win projects and holding your hand through the process.
You've mentioned there being a process for small businesses to undergo prior to considering to apply for a government contract. Can you give us more details on how does your office prepares these small businesses?
Every business has a different challenge, and we try to understand what challenges, whether it's language barriers, whether it's legal jargon, contract language is very complicated for some of the small businesses, and also just the process to get paid by the government once they do win solicitation. So what we try to do is try to focus and hone in on where that business is from the perspective of whether they're just starting out, whether they're really in there and they understand some of the concepts, or whether they're more advanced. We help businesses who are large, small, and medium, and we kind of provide a service depending on what they need. In general, what we'll try to do is we'll have a discussion with them, understand what their goals are as a small business, If they need assistance with creating those goals and creating a business plan, at LaGuardia, we also have a small business development center that provides those services for free. So, at LaGuardia Business Services, we have a suite of different offerings. So if you're not ready for government procurement, we have the capability to provide the services either through us or through the partnership that we have in LaGuardia Business Services to support the small businesses as they try to move forward in the process. So it's really not one size fits all. We try to figure out where they are and try to guide them. And I like to tell the clients that we work with that we're consultants to them. We're here to serve them, and it's in our best interest for them to be successful. So that's why we try to do the best we can and provide the best service. And one of the cool things about being part of a community of PTACs throughout the United States is that if we don't know the answer to something, we can rely on our partners to help us be able to service that client. And I think that's very unique. And it shows how not just us, but the PTACs that are in the area or in the United States, we all work together to be able to service the same clients throughout the United States.
How is PTAC able to pivot and assist these small businesses throughout the course of the pandemic and staying afloat with their services?
We were lucky that our director, Edgar Hernandez, who's been running this program for almost 2 decades now, he has made the necessary investments for us to be able to work with clients electronically. We use webinars, have been part of our program for many years now. We've been doing business to business programming online for many years now. And it really didn't really change anything that we were doing. We were already capable of providing the services. The only difference is that we're able to provide it at 100% capacity at this point. We have a full team, and we're able to electronically work with clients. We're able to, they're able to open their websites, help them with their certifications electronically. We can see their screen. We can guide them, tell them where to press, where not to go, and where they need to upload information, just like if we were in person. So luckily for us, we had a very good leadership that kind of put us in a position to be able to serve this community. And a lot of the other organizations have been doing the same. So it just made it a very easy for us, and our clients were already used to the services that we provide them on a mobile basis. So it's really just plug and play, and thankful that he made those investments, and he's been providing that leadership for many years for our program.
Could you tell us more about the programs that you actually do provide to these small businesses before COVID?
Before COVID, annually, we provided a procurement fair that really allowed clients to come to an event, really have face-to-face interaction with procurement professionals in the city, state, and federal level. It really provided them face-to-face access to private corporations that were looking for the services that our clients provide. And we've been, Edgar Hernandez, our director, has been having that event and successfully pushing it for many years, and it's been very successful and has a great reputation because our partners know that we're going to bring in the best clients because we prepare them for those events. We prepare them through our webinars. We prepare them before they even got to that event and made their pitch to these procurement folks. So among those things, we've always provided training and one-on-one counseling. So one of the different things here is that we don't charge for our services, and we're able to provide unlimited counseling to small businesses, no matter how big they are. And we really focus on the small businesses that are, really small, micro mom and pops that are really moving their business forward and are finally ready to go and do business with the government. We want to be able to give them the proper training and understanding to learn how to do business with the government. That can be a little bit of a learning curve, but we hold their hand through the whole process, and we have a track record of success. Luckily, I'm coming into a program that is very mature and has a very good reputation with the community.
We will take a quick break, and when we return, Mr. Ortiz will provide the additional resources and how his office at PTAC, LaGuardia Community College, is assisting small businesses obtain government contracts. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Nelson, tell us more about how PTAC has been able to assist small businesses pivot and obtain government contracts throughout the pandemic.
Well, like I said earlier, I would consider us to be kind of like hired guns or consultants for these businesses. And what we've been doing right now as a team is we've been really focusing on the opportunities that are available for our clients. One of the cool things that we have is when you become a client at Guardia PTAC, you get access to our bid match system. So we made sure that everybody's updated in our system, have the best NAICS codes that kind of relate to the services that they provide. And NAICS codes are basically a specific number that states what kind of service you provide or product you provide. And so we've been updating people's profiles, adding them to our bid match system, which is free of charge. And the clients have been getting a lot of solicitations, especially during COVID, relating to masks, relating to things that hospitals may need, garments that they might be providing to hospitals, and especially in this pandemic. So we've been really focusing on those clients and providing the services that we can for them to understand a lot of the nuances in solicitations. There's a lot of requirements in that arena when it comes to things that are made in America have to be sold to the federal government. There's requirements on what can and cannot be used. So we've been really providing a roadmap, one by one, item by item, to these small businesses to be able to help them have the best possibility to win the solicitation and not get disqualified. That's our main point. So we will literally have a call with a client for 3 to 4 hours, just going line by line, making sure that they answer every question to the best of their ability and giving them advice when it comes to regulations that are required from the federal government, regulations that might be required by the FDA, or like regulations required by a number of different agencies that they may not understand but are referenced in the solicitation. And also helping them ask specific questions that might be helpful for them in the question and answer period of the solicitation. So our goal is to be able to provide the help that business might need. Some businesses are a little bit more advanced and may only need answers on small questions, but on the small business side, we really dig deep. We work with them. We try to best service because we know everything is time sensitive when it comes to solicitations, and we're really trying to provide the best service possible. And it's in our best interest for them to be successful, especially in this pandemic. We want all our clients to win, have the best possibility to win, because when the clients win, we win as an organization. And I think I can speak for my team when I say it just feels great to see our clients be successful. It really feels great to see them be able to say, hey, I got this project. We're going to be able to, keep jobs in our offices, keep the lights on. And I think that's a sense of pride for everybody on the team when it comes to what we do every day.
What is the process of becoming a client at PTAC?
We have a link that's going to just ask you about basic information about your business, the name, where you're located. You can find us at the Guardia Business Center website. And once you fill out the form, ask basic information about what your services you provide, what you're looking to get out of us, then our admin will reach out to you and be able to set up an appointment with one of the business specialists or myself or our director, and really dig down and really give you a tailored experience. I think that's the key to this, is we want a tailored experience to what you need and where you're at as a business. And that's what we try to do. Another thing I would like to bring up is I think this is a great opportunity, although we're kind of in a transition of small businesses, just starting to get open, it's a great opportunity to take advantage of all the certifications available to you. You know, from the city government, you can get certified as a minority-owned company or a woman-owned company. We can help you with that process. Whether it's with the New York State, we can help you with that process. Whether you're a veteran who wants to get certified by the VA because you want to sell your products to the Veterans Administration, you know, myself and my team, we're all certified to help you through that process. And we understand what are the requirements, so we can kind of nip any issues there might be with your application in the beginning, and they'll be able to address those so that you have the best opportunity to get certified. The certification process in general for minority women-owned companies is that your company needs to be 51% owned and operated by women or minority-owned designated category. And what that does is it gives you the opportunity to bid for projects and have a kind of a higher standing in the process. Because one of the issues that the city and the state and the federal government have is there's not enough qualified, certified minority and women-owned companies out there that can do some of the bigger projects or medium projects. So we're trying to push so that these small businesses can grow and get to that level. I think it's just it's a trickle effect where if you're small, you go after those smaller projects and you start growing and growing, and next thing you know, you're a large company just like everybody else, and you're able to target these projects as a minority or women-owned company. That's a great feeling. That's a great opportunity, and it's not something that happens overnight, but we can be part of that process and can grow with you.
Tell us more about the different industries that you provide service to.
I can't really think of any industries that we can't serve because when you think about it, it's all about what the government buys, and they buy everything. They buy tech service, paper, they buy electrical services, they want construction. There's all, you know, construction itself is very diverse, and the amount of work that can be done in the construction field. They, you know, there are real opportunities out there for everyone. But the key is, and I tell the clients all the time, is you don't want to be multi-service. So you want to be able to be very focused about what you want to sell to the government, what opportunities you think are right for your business and your business plan. And that gives you the best opportunity for success in this arena. You don't want to be having, for example, you don't want to have a daycare and also sell metal. You know, it doesn't make sense. So we want to make sure that everything is allocated to that specific business line that makes sense for you to sell to the government. And then we'll help you through the process. You know, we'll help you understand how to market your business to the government. One of the things that we do a workshop on capability statements so that you can understand what they're looking for when you market to a procurement professional. You know, you want to have, number one, invest in a logo, invest in a website. It doesn't have to be a real complicated website or a complicated logo, just something that kind of designates that this is your company. And then you want to have the information that helps identify what you do, who you are, and what makes you different than your competition. And you want to make sure that you target that information to the right people. And we try to provide that service and help people kind of overcome the challenges when it comes to them marketing to the government, which can be a little bit overwhelming because you're like, oh, do I have to send it to everyone? No, we want you to send it to the people that matter to your business and the line and what you do as a business, because not every agency is buying the same products and services. So we want to make sure that you focus your energy so that you can really have the best opportunity for success.
How your office is preparing these small businesses with the reopening stages, with the guidelines, and also maintaining them throughout this pandemic.
So I think it's a team effort throughout the Guardia Business Center. We try to rely on all our partners. And just to name a few of our partners, I've named the Small Business Development Center that helps people with marketing, the regulations that you spoke about, They help people discover funding sources and put them in the right path to get the funding they need to reopen. And that's the cool thing about LaGuardia. We have that available. We also have the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program that helps people get to that next level of leadership and get that C-level training for them to be more effective leaders for their businesses. We have the U.S. Department of Transportation Small Business Resource Center that helps people in the trucking industry or in the Department of Transportation industry, and they're trying to learn how to navigate that specific industry. That we provide those services for free, and we all work together within the programs that we have at LaGuardia Business Services to be able to serve the clients. We don't try to be a one-stop shop on our own. We're a one-stop shop together. So that's the unique services that we provide at LaGuardia, is that it's not just the PTAC, it's the SBDC, it's the Resource Center for the Department of Transportation, it's our incubator at New York Designs. We have so many resources available to you that you have nothing to lose but to take advantage of them, take advantage of me and my team. And if we don't have the answer to something, we will put you in the right direction because we have the relationships in the industry. We have the relationships to get you on the right track. If you're not ready for procurement, we can really help you start your path or continue your path, depending on where you are. That's why I always say that, we're here to serve you where you're at and where you're doing business. And we try to do our best to be able to serve you in the best way possible and the most professional way possible.
For more information, where can you be contacted?
So you can call me directly at 347-566-1131 if you're looking for assistance in procurement or any of the services that I outlined that we have available at LaGuardia Business Center. You can also email me at neortiz@lgacc.cuny.edu. And anybody out there that's really focused on doing business, we actually have a workshop coming up on August 20th at 12 p.m. It's going to be going over the 101 basics of government contracting, so we can get more in depth and you can learn a little bit more about that. And if you're looking for marketing your business in this pandemic, the Small Business Development Center is having a workshop on August 19th. So definitely check out our website at the LaGuardia Business Center, find all the services that we have to provide, and or you can give me a call or send me an email and I'll put you in the right track. And we're here to serve the community, and we appreciate you guys giving us the platform to be able to do that today.
Thank you so much for providing that information.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Be sure to follow us on social media at Bellas Fashionistas TV and our media partner at BronxNet TV. To watch more of the programming, please visit our website at bellasfashionistas.com and our media partner at bronxnet.org. Please be safe. Have a great day.